Hello and welcome to the best economics online classroom. And today in this video, we are going to discuss a popular area in economics, that is point elasticity. However, there is some confusion, and as a result, I thought of discussing that part once again. Now let us get into work and let us use an equation to understand this situation. I'll give you an equation, something like QD equals 100 minus 5p. In an exam, you will get a question like, what is the point elasticity? That is elasticity at one price. At the price 8 rupees. Now, the student will simply follow my method and the answer comes easy. And that is the correct answer. It is B into P over QD. Now here, B is this B in the demand equation. You can see it, that is minus 5. And quantity you can calculate by substituting the given price, which is 8, to the demand equation. That is QD equals 100 minus 5 into 8. 5 into 8 is 40. 100 minus 40 will be 60. You can see the answer comes easily. So that is B. B was minus 5. You can see it in the equation. Price is given in the question, that is 8, and quantity is 60. So the answer is minus 40 over 60, that is minus 2 over 3. 2 over 3 means minus 0.66. So it is very easy. But what we see in certain notes, certain textbooks, is point elasticity given in this way. Point elasticity, they say it is 1 over B into P over QD, or 1 over slope into P over QD. Now let us forget about this 1 over slope into P over QD for a while, and let us go to the first one, 1 over B into P over QD. Now this is quite confusing to the student, because what they don't tell here is that this B in this elasticity equation and this B in the demand equation are not the same. Because if the student substitute the B in the demand equation to this elasticity equation, then the student will arrive at this answer, that is 1 over minus 5 into price is 8 and it is 60. So it is minus 8 over 300, and no, that is not the answer. That is not the answer. So what has gone wrong? What is the problem? Does that mean this equation, that is 1 over slope into P over Q, is that wrong? Okay, let us try to clarify. Let us go to the diagram, right? Let us quickly get a diagram, right? Okay, so if you use, now we are drawing a diagram for the given demand equation on your left hand top, right? This is the diagram. There we can go to a very quick diagram, and that is the vertical axis, that is the horizontal axis. And traditionally price comes to the horizontal axis, and vertical axis, and quantity comes to the horizontal axis. And then you can draw the demand curve in this way. And according to the given equation, 100, that is A, and 20, that is the maximum price. So now, according to mathematics, slope is measured in this way. Slope means change in vertical axis over change in horizontal axis. So you can see, if you get these 2 points on the demand curve, this will be the total change in the vertical axis, and this will be the total change in the horizontal axis. So if you substitute these values, you can see change in vertical axis is 20, change in horizontal axis is 100. Therefore, slope will be 1 over 5. Now, if you remember that equation again, what they give you, 1 over slope into P over Q, and let us substitute. Now we just got the slope is 1 over 5. 1 over 5 into price was 8 and quantity is 60. That means 1 over 1, 5 comes above the line, and 88 over 60. Now that is 40 over 60. Now this is minus 5, and that is minus 0.66. Now that answer is correct. So we can't say this is wrong. That is correct. However, the problem is using B for slope. Now that is the confusing part, because the demand equation, now let me erase this part. Okay, let me erase the diagram now. Okay, there we go. Right. Now, this is how it is given in the textbooks, right? Point elasticity, 1 over slope into P over Q. Now, we got it, right? And then they have given it as 1 over B into P over Q, or QD. Now then the student is confused, because we have demand equations, right? If you go through past papers, you can see enough demand equations, so many. All are given in this format. QD is 100 minus 5P, or QD is, say, 50 minus 2P. And the students know, and what they know is right. They know that this 100 is A and this 5 is B, or this 50 is A and this minus 2 is B. So when they get an equation like this, 1 over B into P over QD, they will substitute this B in the demand equation to this, and ultimately get the wrong answer. So the notes and the textbooks that I have gone through before I made this video, they don't clearly tell that the B in the demand equation and B in this are different. Actually, they are different. Therefore, it is easy rather than confusing, because now for us to use this mathematical part, change in vertical over change in horizontal, we should draw the demand curve correctly according to mathematics. According to mathematics, dependent variable should come to the vertical axis. Now we know quantity demand depends on price. So according to mathematics, quantity demand should come to the vertical axis and price should come to the horizontal axis. Can you see, all these are confusing? So it is quite easier to tell the student what? It's quite easier to tell the student that if they have to calculate, or if he or she has to calculate point elasticity, what they should do is get the B and multiply it by price over quantity. Let us say demand elasticity, it's quantity demand. And if the student asks what is B, we can't tell B is the slope, because to get the slope, we should draw the demand curve correctly. Therefore, it is quite easier to say B is change in quantity demand over change in price when it comes to demand. So now there's no problem, right? Therefore, you can say, let me give it again, point elasticity. Point elasticity is B into P over QD, or if you say B is delta QD over delta P, it is delta QD over delta P into P over QD. And both these equations are correct. They don't lead to wrong answers, and this is not a confusing area at all. Thank you very much for watching, and let us meet in another video like this very soon.